This is TV18 and you are watching CNN-IBN.
Good evening. It's time for Face the Nation with Sagarika Ghosh after a quick check of the headlines. Tennis's soap opera takes more twists after the authorities decide to send two doubles teams to the Olympics. With Bhupati to partner Bopanna, Leander Paes threatens to boycott the games, wants a written assurance that he will partner Sania Mirza in the mixed doubles. 16 injured, 1 critical, 3,000 evacuated in Mantralaya. The fire in Mumbai, the Chief Minister's office and several crucial departments are gutted. The crime branch will probe the cause, even as the CBI maintains no files are lost. Presidential polls divide. The NDA and left BJP and Akalis will back Sangma. JDU and Sena back Pranab. In the left camp, the CBI to abstain and CPM to back Pranab Mukherjee. And IIT Delhi joins the rebellion, rejects HRD Minister Kapil Sibal's single entrance test proposal, will conduct its own entrance exam next year in association with IIT Kanpur.
This is Face the Nation, broadcasting live from the CNN-IBN headquarters in New Delhi with Sagarika Ghosh.
Hi there, a very good evening. ACP Vasant Dhoble of the Mumbai Police is a policeman with a difference. He simply picks up a hockey stick and beats up those playing loud music in cafes or violating rules in bars. Let's bring you a report on Mumbai's vigilante cop and then our debate on whether implementing the law in this way is a violation of citizens' rights.
This is not fair, please!
These women, picked up from a suburban Mumbai restaurant by controversial Mumbai ACP Vasant Dhoble and branded prostitutes, will finally go home. The women, one of whom had left behind an autistic child at home, say the trauma they underwent would be difficult to overcome. But with the court asking the women to provide an undertaking that they will not indulge in any immoral activities, ACP Dhoble says he stands vindicated.
I am doing the job which is within the parameters of rules and regulations.
Seen here wielding a hockey stick, even whacking patrons and restaurateurs, ACP Dhoble has evoked outrage among Mumbaikars who see his ways as a violation of their rights. At the receiving end of the vigilante cop's spot justice, 64-year-old Yusuf Bhure says the trauma was unbearable.
मैंने अपना सुसाइड नोट भी लिख के रख दिया है कि मेरे को न्याय नहीं मिलेगा, मैं अपने जान का कुछ ना कुछ कर डालूंगा.
The laws are not framed by the police. The laws are established by the legislation. So police don't have any option than to implement them, whatever the existing laws are there.
What about people who go there? What about the fear that is, spread amongst Mumbaikars?
Not to, there is no, the patrons, those who are visiting these places, have not to worry.
Okay, so you're saying that your action is only against the establishments and not the patrons?
Of course, yes.
Careful, next time you step out to a cafe in Mumbai, you might fall foul of ACP Dhoble. Joining us tonight, Tehseen Poonawala, entrepreneur and activist, someone who has actually filed a petition with the NHRC against ACP Dhoble, saying that his actions violate human rights. Tarana Raja, actor and anchor, joining us. China NC, member of the BJP, and Pritish Nandi, chairman of Pritish Nandi Communications Limited, who has written that ACP Dhoble is public enemy #1. We will also get you the views of Mumbai Police Commissioner Arup Patnaik, to whom we spoke earlier in the day. The big question we are asking on the show: some say ACP Dhoble is being a good cop, a tough cop. Others say he's abusing citizens' rights. We're asking, are these kind of moral policemen the need of the hour when the systems of law have broken down? But let's first bring you the views of Arup Patnaik, Commissioner of Police. Mr. Patnaik, should policemen beat up people in cafes with hockey sticks?
As far as the so-called hockey stick, there is only one footage in a Amar Juice center. You know, there is some hockey stick visible. That's the only thing I have seen the clip, and that is part of some kind of inquiry by the court and all that. I will not comment on that for the time being. There is no other, not a single other instance which has come to our notice, or had it come to my notice or anyone's notice, it would have been on the net by now. The kind of people who are against him, by that time they would have already displayed it on various places. There is no other visuals, there is no other proof that he has been slapping people or hitting any kind of person. So I think, I mean, that's very hype. This is totally different from the truth.
But don't people have the right to go to pubs and discos and enjoy themselves there?
As far as the pubs and discos are concerned, most of them are, that antecedents of the persons who own them. They are itself doubtful. We have started a different inquiry onto that, and they do not have the requisite licenses. The people who get entry into them, we have no issues with them. They are paying, astronomical amount to get into them, 5,000, 6,000, 10,000. These are the kind of, charges, cover charges. And when they go there, this, their main, they should be pointing the finger at this establishment and the restaurants and the pubs. That after paying so much amount, we are not having this requisite license, which the police come and raid. And, they have a problem. So their entire acquisition should be at the pub owners. Now they have ganged up. This entire campaign is being funded and by them, all this. So the major, the so-called party goers or these young fellows, they are not our targets. Our entire, whatever Dhoble is doing, obviously at the behest of the commissionerate, is enforcing the laws as they stand.
The party goers are not your target, it's the unlicensed pubs and discos. But haven't you to some extent brought on this kind of vigilantism yourself? Haven't people like Dhoble become vigilantes because the regular systems of regulating pubs and discos in the proper manner has failed?
Obviously, whether it's you see any situation, whether it's a traffic situation or it's a question of enforcing the laws, there are gaps, and the gaps could be due to the shortage of manpower, gaps could be due to collusion by the, at the lower levels, gaps could be there, anything. But just because the laws have not been enforced, the moment I found that, yes, these are areas where people are, it's a free-for-all. So that's the time, this was our conscious decision to tighten up the whole thing, and which is a mandate. This is a mandate of the commissioner to enforce the law strictly and with a zero tolerance. And that's the reason I started it. I am not going into the predecessor, what he was doing or what my successor would do. But this is how I see my job, this is how it is cut out. And moment we started, it's not that these things are not going on. Mostly, the crackdown was mostly in the dance bars, massage parlors, in the, prostitution joints in the Kamatipura area. And there, as long as, they wouldn't bother whether sticks were used or hockey sticks were used. People are okay. The moment this campaign, enforcement went to the five-star hotels and discos and pubs, that's the time, they said, yes, this is the area, police have never come. How the hell, they are coming to us. So this is what the problem has started because of this. People who thought they're immune to laws, and then they started talking about new laws and old laws. Now, I don't know what kind of laws. Law is law.
Law is law, and the five-star crowd believes they're immune to laws. But aren't laws about overcrowding and timing respond to that simply out of touch with modern lifestyles in Mumbai?
As a police commissioner, I don't have the decision nor an option not to enforce the laws as they stand. And I'm not going to, which is minor law and which is this thing priorities. So this is not something which is, I'm doing out of some kind of a, or that enforcement branch or that Dhoble is this thing. It is a hype which has been created, on the Twitter, on the Facebook, on people. I do not blame them. There are people who are, who do not have, they say they can't have dinner at 3 o'clock in the night. These guys, somebody asked me, the celebrities, at 3 o'clock I didn't have dinner, they are tweeting. These people get drunk, have so-called dinner, they come out with their Ferrari or Porsche, and then they kill to 3-4 persons. It has happened 3-4 times in this city. And then they say, why these people are sleeping on the roads? This is meant for a Ferrari or a Porsche, these roads. And why these people are sleeping? So now this is the kind of attitude, which is being floated by people. But now, fortunately, the tide has turned. The common residents, they have been totally harassed. These people come in the night, honking, cars are parked, beer bottles, condoms, they are being thrown from here and there. There's hundreds of applications, hundreds of grievances later that they come to me. So I am not, I am not affected by these campaigns or these posters. As long as our hands are clean, they are as per law, and in case there are excesses, let me tell you, the law will take care, Dhoble or no Dhoble. Today, any police officer, he is under the scrutiny of the media, scrutiny of the law courts, scrutiny of the legislature, scrutiny of the public. That tremendous amount of, scrutiny to which a policeman, especially in a metro like Mumbai, is subjected to. So you tell me, who can just get away? And that too a person who is under tremendous focus and scrutiny like one Mr. Dhoble. Dhoble is a person, he joined as a sub-inspector. He is a person of impeccable integrity. He, by now, for refraining to do this kind of things, he would have earned crores, and he didn't have to ask. That is the problem. Since, they are unable to buy him off, they know that he's incorruptible. This kind of hype is created so that he shifted and the so-called nightlife. Now, how many people have this nightlife after 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock? A couple of thousands?
So an honest and incorruptible policeman is taking on these celebrities, those who have a loud and vulgar lifestyle, who use loud music, who are eating dinner at 3 o'clock, who are using condoms and creating hassles for the neighborhood. That was Police Commissioner Arup Patnaik talking to me a little while ago. Let's now turn it over to our other panelists. Pritish Nandi, respond to the points, the impassioned defense of Dhoble by Patnaik when he says that he's simply a cop enforcing the law.
Well, I think that the Chief Minister of Maharashtra and the Commissioner of Police have both kind of endorsed Dhoble's actions, and they may well nominate him for the Nobel Prize for Peace. But the citizens of Mumbai, by and large, see Dhoble as a bully. Anybody wielding a hockey stick and trying to show his power and picking up innocent people, naming them, destroying reputations, calling them prostitutes because they entered a pub or a bar or a discotheque. I don't know. I rarely go there. And, putting them away in Nari Niketans is shameful. It's not a question of enforcing the law. I entirely disagree with the police commissioner there. It is how the law is enforced that is the issue. That if you address a crowd with which could have been controlled with sticks, if you shoot them down, that's bad policing.
That's a very good point. Let me put that to Shaina and see. The question of how do you implement the law? Today, Dhoble has a hockey stick. Tomorrow, he may pick up a gun. This might become one step down from the encounter killing. When you want to become a vigilante and use any possible means whatsoever to bring criminals to book, isn't it necessary to follow due process? How you implement the law is crucial.
Absolutely, Sagarika. It's extremely imperative. But at the same time, if you look at this visual of him wielding this hockey stick, have you seen the visuals before? Was there a lot of cocaine which was procured at this Amar Juice Center? These are all questions which are unanswered. I'm not for 1 minute propagating that you do not have the right to go out to a pub or to a nightclub or to a bar or to enjoy yourself. But what is the role of the social service branch of the police? What is the role of a Vasant Dhoble? Isn't it to make sure that we don't have prostitution, we don't have these drug mafias operating the way they do? He is performing his duty as an upright, honest officer. If anyone looks at his track record, you know that here is somebody who is fighting against the system, who is not corruptible, who is not selling himself to all these pub owners, all these bar owners, and who is standing by his conviction. If we as citizens don't stand up for an upright police officer, I think we deserve what we get. And having said that, I would like to salute Arup Patnaik, because the police commissioner himself has said that he is only obeying the orders laid down by the police commissioner's office. So he's not passing the buck and saying that, you know, this is something that he's doing on his own. If anybody looks at the track record of Vasant Dhoble, you'd actually feel proud that we have officers such as this in the Mumbai police today.
And there should be more. Do you feel there should be more officers like this? Do you feel there should be more officers like this?
This is not a case of trying to play moral police, but I'm talking about honest officers who are performing their duty.
Okay, honest officers who are performing their duty. Let me bring in Tehseen Poonawala, who has filed that petition with the NHRC saying that in fact Dhoble is violating human rights. The point is, respond to what Shaina is saying, that in fact many of these bars do not have licenses. They may be fire hazards. Many of them may be dens of prostitution. Many of them may be selling illicit drugs. The issue here is surely to regulate these kind of bars and cafes and these houses of so-called entertainment. Why pick on the poor cop who's trying to bring some order into this underworld of the leisure industry?
Sagrika, let me respond to Shaina what she said. She spoke about Amarju Center. This is what my petition deals with. Now here's... Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Now here's what my petition, this is what my petition deals with. Amarju Center is a vegetarian food serving stall that serves food and juices. ACP Dhoble raided it for a traffic violation. If cocaine was found, why is the cocaine, the drugs, the weapons not submitted in court? Amarju Center is still running. Who does Dhoble beat up? The video is there. My petition has the video link submitted to the NHRC. He beats up hapless patrons who are going to a juice center. He beats up poor workers who are earning their bread and butter. Anyone and everyone who comes in the way are being thrashed by the hockey stick. The police commissioner on your show says there is a vested interest. I have filed a petition. I do not know the owners of Amarju Center. I do not know the two girls who were picked up for prostitution. The police commissioner is talking humbug. I do not know them. I am standing up for human rights being violated. This is wrong.
Okay, let me just get a response in from Shaina, and then we turn it over to Tarana. Let me just get a response in from Shaina on that one. Do you want to just respond to respond to the arguments?
Sagrika, whether we discuss archaic laws, this would be another debate altogether. What the modus operandi should be, of course, that's debatable again.
No, but Tehseen is saying there is no evidence. What Tehseen is saying is that there is no evidence of cocaine there in Amarju Center.
Wielding a hockey stick.
Yes, Mr. Nandi?
Obviously, the police...
I said what is not negotiable is violence on ordinary citizens. That is non-negotiable.
Absolutely.
And there is no question of badnamoing them just to explain away a cop's misdemeanors.
May I just respond, please, Sagrika? Absolutely. But if Vasant Dhoble has used force that he should not have, there is enough media pressure, enough law, and enough within the police force itself to set him correct for a wrong act or action. But all I'm trying to say is when you have an upright, honest officer who's trying to get rid of prostitution, drugs, why can't we appreciate what he's doing?
Sagrika, I filed this petition now, 2 or 3 days back. This video is on air, is with the media, is on social networks in the last 2 months. This incident happened on April 5th. The police commissioner still has the audacity to come on your channel and say it is only one incident. It is one incident too many.
One
You
incident too
cannot
many.
hit
Okay,
people.
let me bring in
ACP
Tarana
Dhoble,
here.
please, yes.
Tarana, let me respond to again what the police commissioner was saying, that this is the kind of party crowd which is vulgar, which is normless, which is lawless, which is drinking at 3 in the morning, which is honking their horns, which is driving Porsche and Ferrari and engaging in violent acts that are killing pavement dwellers. Respond to the kind of party crowd that Mumbai has. Surely they also need to follow norms.
I think the kind of party crowd that the police commissioner was referring to are only visible in films, or sometimes they're written about in the papers, because there are very few people like that. I'm from a profession that works very strange hours. A lot of people in my unit work very strange hours. We pack up sometimes at 2, sometimes at 3. Food isn't available everywhere, and Mumbai is a city that never sleeps, not because we're partying 24 hours, but because we're pretty much working 24 hours. If an Amar Juice Center is open all night long serving food, I don't see why Vasant Dhoble has to go in there wielding hockey sticks and attacking people who are harmlessly eating and drinking.
Right.
If it's a traffic violation, it's a traffic violation. Also, for the police commissioner to say we're not anti the patrons who are visiting these establishments, we're against the establishments that are flouting rules and functioning. If they're flouting rules, why are they allowed to function? Why haven't they been shut down?
That's the point.
Why aren't we as patrons told that these establishments are illegal? If you go to them, you will be detained, we'll hold you back, saying you're witnesses, and you will have to stay.
But the point of that is these bars have political patronage, and they are very owned by powerful people who have connections in all kinds of places, and which is why they can't be shut down. So therefore, this is the only recourse. That's the view of the police. But let's take a short break and come back and pick it up right there.
Patients will describe sensitivity as a short, sharp sensation. Sensation of sensitivity can be brought on by hot, cold, sweet, and by sour. I recommend Sensodyne toothpaste. Sensodyne works by travelling into the tooth and calming the nerve down. It gives you relief from sensitivity. Sensodyne gives everyday and ongoing protection against the sensation of sensitivity. It's worked for me, and it works for patients as well.
International glory beckoned, but she took a bumpy ride back home to become the Sarpanch of her village, Soda, to make it an E-enabled village. Like Chavi Rajawat, Tupperware has been inspiring women to fulfill their dreams. Tupperware invites you to come forward, because if Chavi can, you can.
Giant compressive strength. Ambuja Cement.
ICICI प्रूडेंशियल चाइल्ड प्लान्स की खास बात यह है कि मेरे बाद कंपनी बाकी सारे प्रीमियम्स भरेगी, ताकि पॉलिसी चलती जाए और सालों बाद भी न इसकी पढ़ाई रुके न करियर।
ICICI प्रूडेंशियल चाइल्ड प्लान्स, न पॉलिसी रुकेगी न पढ़ाई।
Lighting up the world with new ideas. Sukam, एक नई सोच। Orange County Luxury Resorts at Coorg and Kabani.
Chicken. Hello. Very nice. Pok pok pok.
It's not papa. It's woo woo.
जो दिखेगा वही मिलेगा MakeMyTrip.com की होटल बुकिंग्स पर, नहीं तो 100% मनी बैक। MakeMyTrip.com, memories unlimited.
Rising petrol prices have only one solution. Tata Cars. Sell us your old car, any model, any condition, and get the best resale value, plus additional cash benefits of up to ₹70,000. Hurry!
Colgate 360 Surround, designed to be the most advanced toothbrush. His mission is to clean more than just teeth. His Surround clean bristles, wrap around tongue and cheek cleaner, cleans parts of the mouth other toothbrushes can miss.
Germs, beware!
Germs, here I come.
Colgate 360 Surround cleans more than just teeth. Colgate, #1 brand recommended by dentists.
राहुल, मुझ पर एक एहसान करना कि मुझसे कोई भी सवाल करना।
एजुकेशन भी, एंटरटेनमेंट भी, माइक्रोमैक्स फन बुक में हीरो पास भी होगा, टाइम पास भी होगा।
Micromax,
bringing the world closer, looking beyond
what is, soaring to unimagined heights, envisioning a new world.
ऊंची अपनी उड़ान है, आंखों में ये जहान है, पंखों में ऐसी जान है.
Growing from strength to strength. One world, one journey, one name. Vigilante for generations to come.
One day, my classroom will have no boundaries. One day, I will soar on the wings of global knowledge. One day, I will be surrounded by ideas from across the world. One day, I will be at Sharda University.
The world is here at Sharda University. Where are you?
This is TV 18 and you are watching CNN-IBN.
When a policeman picks up a hockey stick and beats up patrons in a cafe, is he enforcing the law or violating citizens' rights? We're discussing the methods of ACP Dhoble of the Mumbai police. Pritish Nandi, respond to Police Commissioner Arup Patnaik's point that when ACP Dhoble was acting against the dance bars and prostitution hubs and massage parlors in the down market area, then he was seen to be enforcing the law. When he attacks the five-star areas, that's when the elite are affected and they start calling him vigilante and they start campaigns against him. Does the Mumbai elite believe it is immune from the law?
I'm afraid the Commissioner of Police is being economical with the truth. The fact is that this is not a question of, it's not an issue of social inequity. It is an issue of social justice. And these are completely different things. The fact is not whether rich men visit bars, it's not whether the wealthy drive Porsches and go out to eat at 3 o'clock in the morning. The point is the law enforcement agency meant to do what ACP Dhoble is doing? Is the law enforcement agency the keepers of our morals? Is this their job? To harass innocent people and, you know, treat everybody like a criminal? There is enough evidence to show that he is doing things which are way beyond his brief.
But the fact is he has the backing of the entire Mumbai Police Commissionerate. The commissioner himself has thrown his entire weight behind ACP Dhoble.
Establishment.
May I respond also?
The establishment is always behind brutality.
Shaina, how can you...
That is an accepted fact.
Shaina, respond to that. How can you treat women who are drinking in a cafe as prostitutes? And say that they are prostitutes who are there, who are just because they happen to be in a cafe and beat them up and arrest them and take them to jail?
Absolutely wrong, Sagarika, because no woman is a prostitute to start with, and not by, I'm not even suggesting that the women found there were prostitutes. I want to say just two things, one to Mr. Nandi, which is that, you know, it's all very well to sit here and say that, you know, this is not their job. But when a good police officer is performing his duty in an uncorrupt fashion, isn't that something we should be saluting and applauding? And also this entire campaign to tarnish his image and to say, you know, there's so many cases against him. This is utter nonsense. In 1996, the Mumbai High Court itself dismissed all these cases and reinstated him. The entire police force today treats him as a sense of pride because he is one man who is standing on values and morals, which is a rarity in society today. Yes, we can debate about archaic laws, we can debate about the way and the modus operandi. Of course, we should debate about it. But having said that, to say that Vasant Dhoble is, you know, not doing his job in a particular fashion and it is not in agreement with the people who choose to party. We all go out and party. We all go out at night. Are we going to stop going out? No, clearly not. But if there are illegalities,
if there are illegalities, this is the way. This is the way to tackle them. You believe
that the city
this is the way to tackle them. Very quickly, Tehseen, you're putting up your hand.
The social service branch has to be on the vigil.
Tehseen, very quickly.
It's a charming defense of fascism.
No.
It's a charming defense of fascism.
No, Shaina's gone to London, Shaina's gone to New York. Are the police officers in London and New York not honourable and
No, but they're seen all over the world, the leisure industry is policed. But they're seen all over the world, the leisure industry is very discreetly policed. There are bouncers, there are plainclothes officers, there are all kinds of law enforcement agencies in pub areas, in drinking areas, because crimes do take place there.
True, I agree. But are patrons afraid of police officers entering there with hockey sticks, beating whoever comes in between? Look, if nightclubs are illegal, please shut them down. The government charges entertainment tax, the government charges various taxes on these nightclubs. And if the law is being broken, please shut them down. I am not defending nightclubs. You cannot beat up people expecting everyone inside a watering hole to be breaking the law. Now, my mother, my sister go out. What if they are out at a restaurant having an evening out? Somebody comes because they are single ladies having a good evening. You come, you pick them up, and you brand them to be sex workers.
Right.
What is the evidence you have against
What
those
is
two
the
girls
evidence?
who are
That's a very good point. But Pratish Nandi, just as a last point, we're completely out of time. Do you think something though needs to be done about these unlicensed bars and these cafes that are owned by political people, but this kind of underworld of bars and massage parlors that exist? Surely this sector needs to be regulated. It needs to be controlled. The police has to act.
I think the malaise is slightly different. I think the problem lies in a society that awards a film and its actress as the best actress of the year and then refuses to allow it to be shown on prime time to a mature audience. I think the state does not see the Indian as an adult.
So this is basically the moral police.
As somebody who must be constantly morally policed and treated as a thug.
But the police though saying that Dhoble is reflecting the views of the majority and only a few thousand party goers are campaigning against him. Very quickly, Tehseen, we're completely out of time.
Sagarika, the police commissioner, said that Dhoble is a man of impeccable integrity. There is still a department inquiry on Dhoble, so says the Times of India.
Right.
The commissioner on your show said that youngsters use condoms. Is using condoms illegal? Shouldn't we encourage youngsters from using condoms? This commissioner, protected by the Home Minister, has no idea what he's talking, and Dhoble has no idea what he's talking.
We're completely out of time. Is a war on morality or so-called immorality becoming a war on a class and Porsches and Ferraris and party-going lifestyle? Is that the enemy here rather than the actual criminal activities going on? Tarana, very quickly, do you feel this is a class war going on?
This is, I think, the Mumbai police and even the state government of Maharashtra are not keeping in times with the people who live in Maharashtra. These are rules and laws that are applicable only to our state, particularly to our city. Prohibition, Mr. Dhoble doing what he's doing, yes, he's under following the law, but these laws exist only in our state. I don't know why the Maharashtra state has these laws when they don't exist anywhere else in the country.
Right, so
the
archaic laws.
This is khaki Talibanization.
Khaki Talibanization,
yes, it is.
Right. We're going to have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed, Tehseen Poonawalla, Tarana Raja, Shaina
and an honest cop.
An honest cop. Khaki Talibanization or an honest cop. Those are the two views on ACP Dhoble. Thanks very much, Tehseen Poonawalla, Tarana Raja, Shaina NC, Pratish Nandi. We're asking, are moral policemen the need of the hour? Do we need more ACP Dhobles? In fact, 52 saying yes. Thanks for watching.
With Total Quartz and its friction reduction technology, protect your car engine to go further. Total Quartz car engine oil. More protection and more kilometers. Vroom vroom. With the exceptional mileage of Hero, the nation is ready to ride.
International glory beckoned, but she took a bumpy ride back home to become the sarpanch of a village, Soda, to make it an E-enabled village. Like Chavi Rajawat, Tupperware has been inspiring women to fulfill their dreams. Tupperware invites you to come forward, because if Chavi can, you can.
Blink, and you're watching a movie.
Blink, and you're racing ahead. Get the unbelievably fast new Zolo X900 with Intel inside. Zolo X900. Blink, and it's done.
All-terrain premium SUV.